So this is another circuit that I want to do, and it's a little bit different than the first initial circuit that we did. The main difference here is we don't have voltages being required across the resistor. In this one, we have to determine the node voltages, which means when we take the voltage readings, we're going to have to ground them out instead of connecting them to the negative wire. We're also going to have this 4I current control device, which means you take the current here from I1, you route it through this device, and it multiplies the current times 4. So those are the two main differences. So let's go ahead and grab all of our resistors and line them up. We're going to need to grab a current source. A little bit different. The first video had a voltage source. This is a current source. So just building the circuit here. Got to make sure we have our solver. And then now we're going to go ahead and grab the new item, which is going to be our current controlled current source. So what this is, essentially it takes a current from another wire, routes it through it, multiplies it, and then it lets the original current route back to where it was going. So I will show you how to put this on. This was initially something that took me a little bit of time to figure out because I couldn't find the information about it. In this schematic here, the wire that goes down into the device is going to be the same wire that runs through your device and in your schematic here normally. You're going to want to have the plus and minus outside, and that's where we're going to run the second wire. In order to run the second wire, what you have to do is you can remove the connection here, and you want to route this over here and basically capture the current that would be going up to this. And then for the negative side, you're going to just rerun this right to the connection back here. Okay, we've got most of it done. That's the hardest part. Now we can do our values. So 1 there, 2 here, 2 here, and also 2 here. Then we have a 3 amp current. We can do a little bit of labeling. And then per this question here, we need to find the node voltages at A, B, and C. So let's go ahead and label those. Grab our voltage sensor. We're going to do the same thing as before, the converter. And then we're also going to need a display box. And we just take this positive terminal, we run it right into A. And then we ground out the sensor with the ground right here from the negative terminal. Then we're going to go ahead and hook our display up just like we did last time. Okay, we have a current there. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and copy, paste one up here, and paste one down here. And then we can just run this straight down to C, and we can run this one right to B. One thing we didn't do is we have this 4i here, and what we have to do is double click on the current controlled source, and this current gain right here, we're going to change that to 4. That's going to be the multiplier we see right next to here. So basically it's going to be 4 times I1, which is the current we're running through. And there we go. That is the correct answer. Let's go ahead and full screen this, give you a better look. So the main differences here are the fact that we have a current control device where we have to route the initial wire that would be going into the resistor. We just take it, we route it out, put it through the device, and then we route it back right up into the resistor. The second thing that's different is that we're taking voltages at the node and not the resistor, which means the voltage has to be grounded instead of the negative terminal running to the wire. But aside from that, that is pretty much all. I plan to run through like the library of, we have the CCCSs, we have the CCVSs, we have all these different kinds of small sources, and then we have all the AC ones for the future. But if there's any particular questions that you have in regards to any of this Simulink stuff, let me know, and I can try and expedite one of those kind of questions.